Welcome to Trusted Talks with Maria. I am your host, Maria Atieno. Today, guys, we have yet another inspirational story. We have a professor on the show today. So make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Now, moving forward, I'd like to introduce our guest today. Karibu sana on the show, Professor.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Maria. I'm so happy to be here. And on my side, I'm Eliud, Professor, currently performing that, paying the price of that word Professor. Yes. And I feel so happy to be here with you.
It's so nice having you today.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like for you to introduce yourself once again. Tell us who is Eliud, what are you doing currently? Yeah.
Yeah, Eliud, as I said, yeah, Eliud currently is doing stuff to do with the sales executive with a company called World Brands, specializing in diabetes digestive. It's an e-point product. And we have quite a big range of product. If I start mentioning, I'll have to clear it until dawn. Yeah, and also pursuing a procurement. I've already enrolled again in Nairobi University. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Your name is Professor.
Yes.
Please tell us, how was it like growing up for you? Where did the name Professor come from? And what did you like doing as a young boy?
Yes, thank you for that. The word professor comes from back in the village. There was a camp, like it was a stuff to do with camp, and it was a sponsored camp from abroad. It was like working more with the NGO, having a lady called Madam PAYBILL, who was our, I can say, like our director on the camp. And by that time, a lot of people could actually look forward to have a communication, and they were appointing someone to talk on the behalf of the team. So by then, I was dealing with these whites who are also learning the camp and also funding the camp by then. So it reached to a point that I could give a kind of a speech as I'm giving here. Most was to do with the Thanksgiving. It came to a point now, it became something like usual. Like you have to deliver quite a good speech. And the guy said like, oh, wow, you are delivering that speech in a form of a kind of like a professor. And by then that village, back in village, that word really hit. Like it was, I can say for maybe on my side, I never even marketed that name. It reached to a point that the name now became more famous on the ground. Okay. And I can say even today, most of the people in the village, there are only a few of them maybe know my actual name. So the name became Professor. When I came in town, the word stick, simply because even my mails go the same. So I decided now the word is there, the fame is there, I have to pay the price. So I had to enroll a course that is working and going across with whatever I'm doing currently. So that's where the word professor came, back from the village, but now making sure that we are digging deep to make sure that it's more firm and now become quite a good name and actually a Leo name. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't talked about what you liked doing as a young boy.
Yeah, on my side, I like doing business because by that or by then back in the village, I was doing quite my dad used to operate with the kind of stuff like boutique. And by time, he could come with some of the stuff, and my mom had to maybe to make a sale for them. So it reached to an extent that when my dad was away, because actually my dad would not push me for that, and he would not even like me to do that. So my mom could tell me like, you can try to distribute this stuff. And when I could be in the village and trying to distribute, that's something actually that kind of a stuff really did very well. Like whatever was selling by then, it was really doing very well. Like to an extent that even when I came back, like I could make a tremendous sales. as compared to how my mom would do. And again, I was still also young and energetic. I could able to penetrate some of the villages here and trying to clear a stock. I saw that something was good. And I would say like, I would like maybe to follow through that line of maybe either investor or someone who is dealing more with the kind of a sale. But that time I was still young. And I decided to feel like I have to do something kind of stuff that I can also make my personal coins.
Yeah.
So by then, when I was still young, I was still even doing this stuff of pruning the trees. And I could get small amount, but it was good. Because I could also do some stuff here and try to clear some small bill by then back in the village. And still, by that time, I can say I started pruning those trees when I was at least age 14, 15 there.
Okay.
And I was, at least in the village, some of the people knew me like I was expert on that. I'm doing some stuff here. I'm doing, when my dad come with this stock, I could have, I'm distributing. When someone called me to prune, I could do it. When it came to matter to do with picking coffee, because our place, you know, we do have coffee plantation.
Okay.
So I could do coffee. I could print coffee, like pick coffee. And that something was a bit good, but the wage was a bit down. So I thought now it's high time at least to look for something at least that can be like also a long term. But I never had an idea of how to make the stuff.
Okay.
So I'm still tagged there in the village. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've talked about growing up in the village.
Yes.
How did that affect you as a person? Were there any challenges growing up in the village?
I can say on my side, challenges were quite a bit, a lot of them. So some of our challenges that I can say, back in the village, life there sometimes it's a bit difficult. And people have different expectations, and people expect to see something from you. I don't know whether some really like it or some really push for that, to create a story or an insult or kind of a mocking stuff. But life there was not, I can say it was not a bit sweet, because being back in the village, and I want to be very open on this, growing sometimes become difficult. It's only in the occasion that you find you have moved from one stage, you're in another stage. Because even someone who is next to you back in the village, and which is very much common, they will also limit you on kind of when it comes to matter to do with the success. You cannot do a labor task back in the village that will sustain you, or will sustain you maybe having a project learning back in the ground. And that's something was really maybe stressing me up, because there are people, actually I can say back in the village, I knew them when I was young, and when I came to a point like I can able to understand some concept, when I look up on the growth, then it was a bit kind of weird, because you met with someone 10 years ago, and when you look up on an upcoming project on his side, there's nothing that you can leave, maybe like to testify about that person. So it
Nothing
was
to learn.
Yes. And again, you find when you are back in the village, you are limited to your success. Like when you are there, sometimes it becomes tough, because you find even the villagers, they recognize one person and they give that person a task. So for you to access the task sometimes becomes
Difficult.
and proving to them sometimes becomes difficult, because 80%, and I'm very sorry to say, of villagers, they look forward for your downfalls. It's only 20% who wish you to pursue and succeed and become someone who can at least come back and help, or maybe an inspiration back in the village.
Yeah.
So you find even the kind of a task that they offer you, they limit you even on what they give you. So growing there, it's a big challenge. And again, when you are there, you find like they are kind of a comparison stuff. You find people tell you so and so is doing better than you, which sometimes I can say maybe by any chance you find it may also lead to kind of a depression.
Yeah.
So you are challenged, you are pressured, and there is nothing. You actually get nothing from these people.
Okay.
They don't give you even maybe something that can sustain you. They don't give you a task that will beneficial to you, and they are giving you kind of a heavy labor force. That when it comes to matter to do, maybe like you want to deliver, it's quite
Impossible.
Me personally being there, the kind of a challenge again like I have put up on my side is that you find people who are there, they inspire, maybe like they're quite a big group. They inspire you maybe to do something wrong. Maybe like you find, like because of that kind of stuff like back in the village, but distress, you don't have someone to comfort you. The next person maybe you may learn to comfort you. You find whatever they will tell you, maybe they are pushing you more into alcohol. So you find living in the village is a challenge. Drugs are pouring there, people are consuming up on this stuff. They are forgetting up on their success. So personally being there, it's a point, like I can say, maybe situation do push people to be there, but according to my own view and according to my wish, being there sometimes is difficult. So I would wish maybe someone get out the village, explore, because you cannot grow when you are, because me personally I do take a village as a comfort zone.
True.
So you cannot make any move when you are there.
You can't.
Because you don't have even bills that are piling. Regardless that you want to grow, but you don't have something that is pushing.
It's pushing you. Very true.
You are paying, you don't pay rent.
You don't pay anything.
Buy food. So your brain will focus on that. Now I'm not saying this because I'm here, maybe in town, like I'm doing some stuff here and there. But I'm saying this because there is no pressure will ever come from a village. So you find you may end up living your old age the same without making any tremendous move.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's kind of a big challenge, and that's why I could say come here, regardless of how life will treat you, but it will teach you and it will give you some concept. Even if you be lucky enough, come onto the street, try your strength, and I can tell you, if you believe more in God,
True.
He'll never leave you behind. Because that is my slogan. You believe in Him, focus with Him, leave with the rest. People talk. Whether you are doing good to them, they'll still talk about you.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of a move I can talk about the village. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And how was the transition now from you being raised in the village? How was the transition for you now, coming from the village now to the city? How was it for you?
I can say, okay, to me, it's kind of a mysteria. Because how that something happened, it happened very quick. That it never even gave me the concept to memorize the situation or the transition. Because I was in a village. By then, I had never came in Nairobi before. There are this kind of a stuff of relative, visiting relative, and other stuff.
Yes.
I was never put into that stuff. So I was that kind of a guy who used to be like more in village, trying to focus up on helping my parents to do some stuff in the village, not to lash up in the town. Not like, when people like are closing schools, they are coming to Nairobi. So they have a kind of, even if they may not know Nairobi in and out, but they have a concept or a clue of how Nairobi is. So by then, I was doing some kind of a stuff back in the village. It was like, okay, I was in a cyber stuff. So I was doing cyber like almost like a period of 1 year. Then from there I got another pasture from the hometown. So I left the village because the cyber was located in the village. So I went into hometown. Actually, it's so when I went there, I got into one of the supermarkets. And I did some stuff there, more in the supermarket. It was more like kind of like a service, offering service to clients. I worked there for a couple of 15 days. Then 15 days I got a call, and I came to try my luck in Nairobi. This time I had some kind of a relative who I gave Nairobi. They hosted me for that. So I came, I had to come like come in and try and error. So not like something to come and do an interview tomorrow. If you fail, you go back to the village. But I always had a hope, like, although I was not into this kind of a Nairobi stuff, because I had already started getting more used into the compound back in the village.
Yes.
So I was like, now I'm coming back to Nairobi. And the way I hear, you know, the way I hear kind of maybe some funny stories about Nairobi and how people live here sometimes become difficult. So I came here, and for a couple of 1 month, it was not easy. Because even me, kind of, when I was leaving the village, I was hoping to fail on that project. Like like in that kind of a task, I was like, if I fail, I'm okay. Because even I never told people like I'm coming to do this stuff in Nairobi. And again, when I was there in a village, I had more friends, people who used to share me, and I could feel so awesome. And now I'm coming to a city, nobody knows.
Where you know no one.
I'm here, I'm new in the town, and I have had came up with that kind of a mentality of conmanship. Like when you are streets are not safe.
Yes.
And back in a village, I can walk even at 12, very comfortable. And even people are like back in the village, my name was so strong to an extent that even vibing with anyone in the village, it was very smart. And when I'm working in the hometown, even I could feel good because anytime these guys see me, they share to me, they see as if I'm making more big stuff. Now I'm in Nairobi, nobody share at me. Whether I come at 2, whether I come, nobody care about me.
Cares.
So I had that kind of a stuff and trying to cope up. And again, I'm coming to a relative. When I was in the village, I'm living in my house.
In your house.
Even if it's a small house, that's what
It's yours.
So nobody's telling me on what to do. So when I was coming here, that kind of a stuff was a big challenge. But I came. I signed. Actually, I went to an interview. I pursued the interview, and it was a total tremendous kind of a stuff because when I went there, I explained myself, and I stood a chance of saying, even if you assign this position to me today, I'm going to deliver. Judge me with the deliveries. Whatever whatever you want me to do, send me that. I have never maybe done this something before, but if you give it, if you assign to me, I promise you I'm going to deliver. So that's how I came to Nairobi.
Oh, okay.
Someone who came to try and error and get back to the village, and now become someone who is well in Nairobi. Kind of like the couple of times I've also built friends, and I feel now Nairobi is more safe than back in the village. And I can say very well, looking up on whatever maybe I achieved, I can say it's the best time. Actually, it's the best place maybe like to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing currently? Are you employed?
Currently, I'm an employee. I'm working across because I keep saying the best thing. If you want to if you want to do anything kind of like, if you want to be a teacher, then you have to work with a teacher. If you want to be a businessman, you have to work with someone who have been in the business before, because you know all the beliefs of the business and know when to give and not when to give. I was praying like to get someone who can train me into this, and lucky enough, I can say I'm very much lucky because I have that person. I have a good boss, I can say that. You have to be more concepts, business, and to negotiate. That's a great man. Regardless, like we may have some differences, he's my boss. But I can say very well, whatever that man have taught me, even if I could go even to Harvard University, well-known university in the world, I cannot get that concept. Because today, walking the street alone, I know when to give and when or not to do. So that's why I'm an employee, and I keep saying, even if I have to leave the company, I have to leave with knowing very well whatever I've learned from the company. Walking around, those privileges are minimum. Getting them in this kind of country, and not even in the country in a current days, it's a bit difficult. Yes. So that's where I am. And, I'm doing kind of a sales executive. So I started from marketer, from sales rep, then I'm a sales executive. I think from sales executive now I become CEO.
Wow.
Because that is the only good position.
Yes.
Maybe like from sales executive, it's I can say it's a good stuff because I have seen kind of a growth, and that man have really taught me a lot, and he have really also marketed me. I can say through his courtesy and being very open to this, someone coming from a village, someone who knows nothing to do with the city, standing to that position, for heaven's sake, I can say that's the best gift someone can get in life.
Yeah.
And I think those kind of positions, on my case, they are rare to find. So I have really learned a lot. And even if I was to do a business today, I could know the concept to follow. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But although I'm having some project coming here and there, and we are giving them time, I think the most, I think someone when I read a book, okay, there's a book that's quite a good inspiration with a kind of a guy called Donald Trump that goes Art of the Deal. When I look up on that, he keeps talking more about entrepreneurship. And he say when you want to come up in the business, the best thing to get in the business is knowledge.
Wow.
Then from knowledge, that's where knowledge gives birth to experience. Before you gain the knowledge, then from there, automatically you have an experience. So that's what I'm doing today. And tomorrow, 5 years down the line, I know this guy have not given me just a fish, but he have given me the way to
fish. Very true. Very true.
I thank God for that. And I do say like I'll have to serve it dearly, because it came to a point like very hard position. I have to serve it dearly.
Okay. If I may ask, what inspires you? Like, what inspired you to be where you are today?
I think what have inspired me is that one, I have been looking up. Like I personally became very selective when it came to choosing friend. In my circle, the friends that I have, maybe Brian can be one of them in that circle, but the people that I have, they are people who are 50 years and above. People who are living my dream today, who can assist you to achieve something. People who like today, I keep wondering, if you take your phone today and you text 5 people, you tell them I want 500, how many people can respond on that? I think some keep giving you stories.
Yes.
Okay, you may not look friends because that when you are in need, that they will assist you, they come back to you. But at least, are these friends worth to stand with you on your times, on your days of bad days? When you are looking up on the good days, you are still work with them together. Those are the people like one, they have helped me. They have inspired me like the way to move. And you find they have also like, because me personally, I have no issue having the friends of my age. They still, that can be a good inspiration because you can also help someone, you can share something in common. But I think, as I said there earlier, gathering knowledge sometimes is better because you can share with someone something. It means that you have experience of the situation, either good or bad, and offering to someone, it will not be something big. So that's why I'm saying like one, whatever inspires me, I have group. Shown the group that when it comes to matter to do with the kind of deliveries and maybe like shaping my life. And they keep inspiring me to do better, work across. If you have your mom, stand strong with your mom. I lost my dad some 2 years back the line, and it was very kind of like, it was I can say like it has been a very painful situation, because I wish he could be there to see the kind of tremendous
the man you are.
Yes, and the man I am. But again, I remember God has stand with me. And even where he is, he can see that I'm trying to do my level best. That's why I cannot put myself, because I know the kind of things in the road to achievement and the road to success. There are a lot of obstacles that come on you. And I can say very well, for you to be an inspiration tomorrow, you have either to remove the obstacle or to know how to survive with that obstacle. So me personally, I can say like it have really helped me, it have really shaped me like more inspiring kind of stuff. Like I don't even kind of, I keep saying, even telling my friend, the one where I come across, don't take alcohol, don't take any drug, don't even ever smoke. You can do it, but it's bad and it will cost you very badly. Because I have a friend of mine who have used something and it have really costed their life. Some have been, some are having kind of issue trying to fight with that something. And I can say very well again, whatever keeps inspiring me on my side is that when I see today I'm standing with someone and by any chance they make something extra, like when I chip into their life and they make a kind of a tremendous move, that really inspires me and tells me I can have a group that can be also a total impact when it comes to society.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Me personally, I can stand with that, and I can say very well, again, me personally, when I stand strong and I see where we are heading as young people, sometimes it really pains me a lot, because you find you want just to stand in the inspiration way, but you find sometimes becoming difficult because you have this kind of stuff, like you have to work up on your life. And me, I don't like even, and I keep saying, I don't date until the right time comes. Because I don't want to waste someone who could be a strong inspiration tomorrow and who can turn things into reality, and maybe I stop as maybe a kind of like a destiny stopper in terms of maybe them reaching to their goal. So me personally, and even I could say, whoever would watch and whoever would go through this something, I can say maybe the most important thing is to look up on a kind of a legacy you want to leave behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the challenges you've encountered so far?
On my side, I have quite a lot of challenge. Maybe I'll mention the one that have been very much burning.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the challenges that there was a time when I was schooling, and I keep saying it's quite a big challenge because I would not like my kid to ever go through that line. There was an issue of the school fees. Being born and being raised by parents who are great in farming, but the market was poor. So you find they are farming, yes, but there is no kind of a staff. So it means they don't have enough capital to keep you on your feet. So it came to a point that you could be sent home, you are there 2-3 months down the line, you don't have school fees. It was one of the painful situations that I can say for my child on my side, as on my stand. It was one of the points that it reached to my life, that it was a great challenge. Because for heaven's sake, I do think, but I don't regret, that if I could be there in the system, fully in the system, I could be in another position, and I could be in a better position, maybe probably even a great position. But I don't judge situation, because I know that's where I'm heading. But whatever something happen, like you find, you never cope up with everything on time because you never had the time. So if by any chance I could be there maybe full time, I could able to have achieved something great. And it could not be costing me the way it is costing me more time to try to fix a challenge that could have already been sorted some time back. Yes. Again, one of the challenges, I have tried several projects. They have failed, but I'm trying my level best. But it's a total challenge. Sometimes when you feel like in this world you don't have someone who is pushing you for that, or who is giving you a hand to help you on that. So it's become a great challenge to an extent that you can that I'm trying my level best either to sacrifice the time to fix that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, what are some of the lessons probably that you have learned so far in life? Or maybe yes, an advice you can give to our audience today?
One of the lessons, and I want to say, no one, and let me say, and to be very open, people will only share at you when you have reached at the peak of a mountain. But when you are walking on the valley and you are meeting with the deadly snakes and the deadly spider, nobody will ever stand on that. because I've been there. Today, when I meet with someone who say, oh, you are doing very fantastic, but and they try their level best even to encourage you and to be like, whenever we want to do this, maybe we can call you. But when I was there, I came to realize nobody would ever look forward for that kind of an opposition, even when I was back in the village. Today I'm standing strong because at least someone will call me and tell me, you want maybe this to be done, and at least you know to walk there unfolded. You do something and you help them, whether in idea or whether in kind of a stuff. So the lesson that I have able to learn so far, one, you must try to work on yourself. You can try your level best, but sometimes you may fail because the world doesn't go for the nice guys. Sometimes you have to be hard. Because today if you fail and you sleep there and you expect something to come and happen and maybe turn you, it won't be possible. And people will always be with you because at least you can help them. Ideology. But to help them with that ideology, you must first of all prove to them you have at least worked yourself. You have given yourself the level best someone will be looking for. And you can start maybe to an extent, you can impact someone, even something great. The second lesson that I've learned so far is that the time is running very quickly. And you cannot live in a point of, I'll do this something tomorrow. Do it today, fail. Know that you have learned something new. And tomorrow if you go on trying the stuff, at least maybe like when it comes to a matter to do it, maybe the delivery, at least you have something maybe different toward this concept because you have a clue on how to solve the issues. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Where can people find you on the social media platforms?
You can find me at in Facebook. I'm Eliud. You can find me there. You can find me in YouTube at Professor Eliud. Twitter at Professor Eliud. Yes, and WhatsApp now. That's another word.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's okay.
Yes. So I can, whatever I will leave behind is that me I can say like just wide up on this. Whoever is back there, maybe back in the village and you can able to watch me, or whoever is somewhere just seated, feel like you want to give up. That is not the way to go. If you feel like this world is becoming so hard, you better quit now and start watching it, because you will see some great things coming up. Sometimes the world doesn't give us whatever we expect, but we try our level best, even if not to get whatever we expect, but at least we get something that is similar to what we want. Me, I can tell my people, like whoever is watching, like listening, if Eliud from a village came to a point of maybe trying to walk in a street and can able to purchase this, able to purchase that, even you are equivalent to the task. You can get it. It's just a matter of believing in yourself and putting God first. God, because regardless of whatever is happening, people will try to prove you wrong. Your parent will try to say you cannot do it. Your people, close people, will try to say you are joking. But if you believe in God, if you stand in God, He's the only person, He's the only creature that we keep up and pushing ourselves into. Who will never leave us behind, regardless of whatever is happening, regardless of whoever will tell you cannot make it. When God comes into your life, things work differently, immediately. Yes.
Okay, that is it, guys.
Yes.
I believe we have reached the end of our show today. Unless you have any other thing to add, Professor?
I can say like I'm so happy. I'm glad to be held here. To Dream TV, and I can tell people like this is the best way, is the best place to be. And as we go on, maybe some years to come, we shall have something quite great.
Very true.
And which will be a more inspiration even to the people there. And I'll be wishing that time, at least I'll also be having one of the people who will say, you know, the time that you are there, I watch got you there, and now here I am. I have done my part, and I'm joining hands with you, and I'll also be your proud. Yeah.
We are so happy to also have you today. You are a blessing.
Thank you.
So thank you guys, thank you so much. We have reached the end of our show today, and I believe you guys have learned something. For me, I've learned a lot that I'm left to go ponder on. I believe you guys also, you have learned something. So that is it. Till next time, goodbye.